So what's up guys, I'm here with Catherine Santiago. She's really good at fashion stuff. She's been involved in fashion for how long?
12 years.
12 years. She's done I think all kinds of different jobs, right? Why don't you walk us through like I guess all the different kind of jobs you've done first of all in fashion, like the different parts of it.
Yeah, well I started in studying in fashion design, and then afterwards I kind of felt like it was a good background, but I felt like I really liked the business aspect also of fashion, so I just literally changed gear and went into retail, where I learned, what the customer wanted. It's really, retail is always a great base when you're in fashion because it really teaches you what the customer wants and needs, and it's really the basic, because you need to know what your clientele wants in order to service them properly when it comes to fashion.
Okay.
And so I did that 3 years, and then after that I wanted to see the other aspect of fashion, which is wholesale, and I called a friend of mine and he took me in.
So what's wholesale? Because even I don't know what wholesale is. What's wholesale mean?
So retail is literally the front
of the shop? Front
of the shop, working in the shop, and then selling, the goods, the collections, and the stores directly to the consumer. And then wholesale is selling, which more with a kind of more of a margin of a price because people buy in bigger quantities. They selling to the store owners.
Okay.
So not directly to the consumer, but to the store owners. It could be even Macy's, it could be Saks, it could be Harrods, etc.
So what did you find more fun? Like the front of the store or the back side, like the back end of the business? For
sure the back end of the business, because you it's more challenging. It gives you more play. You travel more. That gave me the opportunity to travel a lot. And actually to move to, I'm originally from Montreal, to move to Los Angeles and New York. And
that was just because you were doing the back end of the shop more, like the wholesale side?
Yeah, but it's also an opportunity I created.
How did you do that?
It came to mind. I mean, I approached whoever I was working with at the time and came with the idea and approached him with it. I knew he wanted to grow. I knew he wanted to become bigger in the US, and I said, hey, listen, like I've done this for you. I started in customer service for you, actually. Then I built into the wholesale. I was an assistant, then I built a clientele in the East Coast of Canada, then I built it in the West Coast.
So you used your initiative though to do that, right?
Yeah, it was an idea.
It wasn't someone that, he didn't come to you and say you should do it, like you started that process, right?
I created that opportunity, and this is something I really believe in, and you are completely in control of your life.
Yeah.
And you can, if you have an idea, he could have said no easily, but he actually agreed with it. He was like, let's go, let's do it, let's see if this is possible. And then so moved to LA as a consultant and grew the business there. So any business opportunity, I reported directly to him, whether it was PR, marketing, so I became a brand ambassador.
Right.
On the west coast of the US, and then afterwards they moved me to New York, which we thought it was easier to grow the business from the East Coast to the West and vice versa. I mean, there's more of a fashion opportunity in the East Coast for sure.
Okay.
But that was a great opportunity. It was really life-changing for sure, and I made a lot of contacts.
So you've been doing that now for a while. What did you study to get to that point? I guess the initial stuff. Did you go to college or something for what did you? Getting degrees or no?
Yes. So I went to college in fashion design. Yeah. But then with everything that pertains to what I'm doing right now, actually I didn't. I just learned in the field, literally at the bottom of the ladder, and built my way up. It's something that I had in me. It's something I just kind of felt, trusted my gut.
Did you start working in a shop first, like in a store?
Yeah.
And then you just started from there, it kind of like...
Yeah, but I would I never shut a door. I would always see the opportunities, grab them, create opportunities for myself, and really, again, eyes on the prize. Like never... Any obstacle that came my way, I didn't care, kept moving forward, even if it was difficult. Even like moving to the US was a big deal for me. I mean, like my own families and Canada, and it was like but I'm a big risk taker. I believe in that. You know what? And to me, it's never going to be a negative outcome, because you learn out of anything you do. You learn from it.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna get anywhere, you have to take that risk, don't you?
Yeah, so I'm a big risk taker. I really believe in that, and I believe that taking risk brought me to where I'm at.
And you have to on some level also not be too you have to accept that you may fail, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you fail, you will just keep going and you will keep trying as opposed to just giving up, right?
When before moving to the U.S., I said, you know what, I'm nuts. Like, what am I getting myself into? And then, but I said, you know what? Let's do it. It's life. You live only once.
Yeah.
And it ended up being an amazing experience, and it brought me to where I'm at right now, which is owning a store, an online platform, which is called Taste My Styles with an S.com. And I'm partnering up with my husband, which is possible to do business and to have, you know, a personal relationship with your husband. It is possible for people that think it's not out there. And yeah, so it's brand new. It's a platform where I want to inspire women. I want to make them feel beautiful and give them the best fashion for a price that's affordable, and inspire them with there's going to be all kinds of quotes on the website. There's a blog as well. You can go and just feel beautiful inside out.
And this is the first time you're launching an online store, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's so far, what's been difficult, and how have you kind of like overcome that, or any issues that have come up that you've kind of like dealt with, you know? Anything or no? Or it's been super easy?
I don't know. No, actually, I mean, throughout the whole process, there's been difficulties for sure.
Yeah. You have to invest a lot of money into that to start it, or no?
Not really. Actually.
So that's good. So basically anybody can kind of.
There's everything out there for you. There's platforms you can build your own website these days, like, but you know, for a small fee. But it's not like, oh, yeah, $50,000 you're gonna invest. It's you gotta be creative and think outside the box into.
Think of the
who
consumer,
do I
right?
know? Think for the consumer, but also like, how can I get there without having to invest like a huge amount of money? It's not like people
just pulling some strings together, like the people you know, right? Bringing them towards you, I guess.
Yeah, but also starting at the bottom of the ladder, it also throughout your whole career, throughout like every experience, you build a kind of a circle of people where they help you out when it comes to doing your own thing as well.
Right.
So you don't have to think like, oh, you know, like, I don't have money, I can't do anything. You could actually do a lot with just a little bit.
So it's a lot of persistence and then like maintaining relationships, isn't it? It's kind of like,
fashion is a lot about. I mean, every business is a lot about building relationships. Yeah. And I believe everybody you meet, you never know. You actually never know where this person, what this person can bring to your life.
Yeah.
And to me, it was very important to keep a great relationship with my customers, my clients, but also with whoever that I meet. To me, everybody's important, and you never know who can change your life. Like, overnight.
You know what you should tell us as well is tell us about like the pros and cons. I guess there's lots of obvious pros, you know, as far as anybody that loves fashion, they get, you know, I guess clothes and all that kind of stuff. What are the cons that people should know? Because I think it's important to be realistic about like any job. There's downsides to it too.
You gotta be.
What do you have to deal with? What kind of person do you have to be?
You gotta be realistic. I mean, everybody nowadays, like the millennial generation, think they can just do everything from home, just from Instagram, have an Instagram store. It's not really the reality. I mean, if you're a celebrity, okay. I mean, everybody knows you already have a clientele. But other than that, I mean, you got to start somewhere. I started at the bottom of the ladder. I started unpacking shipments that we receive for the store, doing inventory, placing everything, move things around. It's really, I broke my back in half. Like, it's really, that's the reality of things. Like, you don't get there just like overnight, easily. I mean, you got to embrace, like, everything was important to me. I never said, oh, you know what, I can't do this, or I'm not going to do that because it's too difficult, or I'm a woman, or I used to go to trade shows and build my booth myself. I painted a whole shelving unit, put it together, drill, everything.
And I'm sure a lot of people at that time surely not made fun of you, but like, you know, tried to discourage you, no?
Yeah.
There must have been some instances of that.
Yeah.
And so how did you keep going, you know, when people would say negative things, let's say, towards you?
I feel like I just feel it in my gut so deeply of what I can do that.
So you're convinced that
of
your abilities, yeah. So you have faith, is what it is. So it's important to have that faith in yourself, right?
Absolutely, and I feel like just that attitude, and even just to me, everything starts from the mind.
Yeah.
So just to have that attitude in my mind made it concrete.
Yeah.
Literally, and it's not easy, and you hit walls many times, but it's just when you're focused on something and you want something, you can get it. Absolutely.
Cool.
So
well,
never get
dope.
discouraged. I'm the living proof.
Yeah, so that's dope. So if anybody has any other questions, just put them below, and then we'll get Kat to answer them. And then as usual, just subscribe. You can click subscribe right there and share the video with your friends.